As humans, we actually thrive on challenge. We thrive on stress. We thrive on problems if there aren't too many of them. If we don't have enough stimulation and challenge, we are never going to experience optimal quality of life or health. At the peak of the curve, we actually experience our brains as their very sharpest, and also our immune systems at their healthiest. Now, you can't stay in peak performance zone all the time. If you are trying to perform in a peak zone and you're never dropping to recover or restore, even for minutes at a time, eventually you end up dropping over into the red zone, where medical conditions, burnout, mental health conditions, that's where those live. So the things that I'm going to show you here are how to restore yourself, essential tools to restore yourself so that you can regularly drop into that green zone and lower the overall baseline of stress and tension in your body on a day-to-day basis. So that becomes your new normal. Now, according to leading stress researcher, Dr. Alyssa Epel from UCSF, I heard her lecture at a Harvard course that I often take, which is how I discovered her work. So she talks about how in our society, our level of baseline stress is too high. And we need to be able to intentionally, personally reset our stress baseline lower so that when we take a break or when we sleep at night, we're actually truly getting recovered and restored. And she talks about this concept using colors of mind. So red mind is an acute high stress situation. Like there's a crisis, but like a crisis where your life is being threatened. That's what this is designed for. This is not supposed to be a response to a news headline, ever. But for a lot of us, because we're vibrating so high already with stress, that a piece of news or a shudder in the stock market can cause us to go into this zone. So by lowering the baseline in our body, it is going to keep us out of going into this zone. And most of us in our society operate in what she calls the yellow mind, which is when we have just so much on our minds all the time. We're thinking about this, we're planning that, we're worrying about this, we're catching a news headline, and our minds are on, and they're busy, and they're thinking of multiple things. Now, this zone, the green mind zone, this is where you want to be as much during the day as possible. And yes, you can get into this through rest and through just being, but obviously that's not going to work during a work day, generally speaking. Like, you have to do things. What I love so much is that you can actually get your brain more and more wired into this green zone by monotasking. So the more that you can focus on one thing at a time, the more your brain is going to live and your whole nervous system is going to live in this lower, more focused, and actually better performing zone because you're less stressed on a regular basis. And a key to also conserving your brain energy through a day and through your life is to eliminate all possible interruptions. And for all of us, the biggest source of interruption that we have right now is our phones, and perhaps instant messaging or other notifications you might be getting. We know that if you are focusing on something and your phone pings, and actually, let me just say, if your phone is even really, really close to you when you're focusing on something, we know that just having the phone physically present, because our brains have been changed by it, that just having your phone close to you actually makes it harder for you to focus on whatever it is you're doing. So if you need to do some real strategy, focusing, planning, or deep thinking, ideally even just put the phone in the next room so that your brain can come fully online. But then also, anytime your phone pings, even if you don't look at your phone, that interruption in the signal in your brain, that little beep, uses an enormous amount of brain energy to switch. So you hear the sound, you switch your attention for a second, you switch your attention back, very, very costly for brain energy. So imagine if you're getting interrupted or you're switching your attention to different things all day long, you will be exhausted by the end. Like legitimately, your brain will have used up all of its energy.